Crypto is pumping. Bitcoin is at an all-time high. The green fear index is at levels it hasn't been in months. Things are pretty good in the digital asset space right now. So the only two things you need to be concerned with are, number one, let's keep the momentum going, no pullbacks whatsoever. And number two, now that your portfolio is probably near all-time highs, you're probably wondering, what are some good new investments that I can park my kind of newly free crypto in? There's only so much Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoin. Maybe there's some kind of like a pre-sale or low cap and something that can allow me to earn a yield on my crypto in the meantime. In today's project, it combines all of that. It's a promotional project. I am going to invest in the pre-sale myself in a little bit here because I am that bullish on it. There's a lot of hype around this project and the team. It is called EarnPark. As you can see, it is a DeFi yield platform. Earn rewards every day on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether up to 35% per year. So this platform, it solves all the problems of Celsius and Voyager and BlockFi of the last bull run that just had unsustainable returns and you know, you could do too many coins. This EarnPark just keeps it simple. 35% returns, that's good. That's not too high that it's not sustainable, not too low that it's like boring. A DeFi yield platform in crypto should outperform every other asset class because crypto always does outperform every other asset class. Now, if you do invest in the pre-sale, use my referral link. I always put the referral link at the top of the video description area right there, but it will be for EarnPark, obviously. Now, this project, they have a lot of hype. They already have generated over $1 million in actual revenue. Again, over $1 million in actual revenue. The platform is available across 180 countries. It is SEC compliant and registered in the UK. Again, platform is SEC compliant and registered in the UK, which for a DeFi yield platform, that is especially impressive. And I've said that there is a lot of hype around it. First phase of this pre-sale, this was last week, May 15th, it sold out in less than 1 minute. Again, first phase sold out in less than 1 minute. 143 participants contributed an average per person of $4,370. So that's a total of about $600,000 that was raised in phase one in under 1 minute with a very high average contribution of over $4,000 per person. That's way higher than normal. And then across 143 total people aped in. So it's not like just one or two whales skewed the numbers. So the price in phase one was 1 cent, and the price in phase two looks like it stays the same, exactly 1 cent. So that is good. And more details a little bit later in the video about exactly how to invest, what kind of coins, that sort of stuff. I'm going to be throwing in some money myself. And again, if you don't invest, I always put my referral links. I'm going to put it right here at the top of the video description area. Now, at this point, you're probably wondering what the specific registration with the SEC entails, and you should be. So here's what it is. So the EarnPark funds, customer funds, are managed automatically through the non-custodial wallet infrastructure on Fireblocks. Now, EarnPark is registered as an LLP in the United Kingdom, and then the partnership between EarnPark and Fireblocks is registered with the SEC in the United States. So you're probably wondering, what is Fireblocks? Well, they are the most trusted gatekeeper custodial platform in all of crypto, particularly for business-to-business ventures within crypto. So if you run a small crypto hedge fund, you want to show your customers you are safeguarding their assets, their coins in the most safest way possible. You store those coins on Fireblocks. You can see a bunch of big-time heavyweights are following the Fireblocks page. Well, SPF is following them, but also Justin Sun is following them. The Consensus page is following them. And at this point, you might also be wondering, why do we even need another earnings yield platform? Obviously, crypto, our industry, was harmed irreparably back in 2022 when Celsius, Voyager, and BlockFi all went down within like a 1 to 2 month span of each other. Those were the big DeFi yield platforms back then, if you weren't around then. And then that directly contributed to FTX, the second biggest exchange of the planet, going belly up a few months later. So why even tinker with the DeFi yield, sector of this industry? Why even try? Well, the answer has to do with how big this industry is growing. Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, has said that several billion people will be using Bitcoin by 2030. That's only in 5 years. Right now, it's well below 1 billion people that are using it. And then additionally, the entire crypto market is expected to reach $30 trillion market cap by 2030, same year, 5 years. Right now, it's only at 3.5 trillion. So we're looking at about a 9x growth rate in the next 5 years. That is a far larger growth rate than pretty much any other industry out there that has matured and is large. And the bottom line is there's going to be a lot of newbies, people that aren't experienced in crypto. They're going to need places to park their cash and be secure that they are going to earn this yield without their funds disappearing or without the platforms going belly up. So we need to fix this part of the industry right now, and that is what EarnPark is here to do. Now let's dive into how the EarnPark earnings platform works. Specifically, we'll get into the pre-sale in a sec, but let's go over the yield platform. So here are all the different coins you can invest in the platform. If you click on all coins, it sends up a bunch more, new, soon. So mostly the large caps, dozens of coins. This here is the average APY of investing in that coin, parking that coin in the platform. Depends on a bunch of other variables we're going to go over in a second. But let's go over those variables. So now we're going to go to the app portion. It's app.earnpark.com. So here's how it works. First, you choose an asset you're interested in, click the invest button, that button right there. Then after that, you're going to deposit the desired amount of crypto that you choose to your wallet. Pretty simple. Then you start receiving daily rewards on your investment. And you can choose the payout frequency. It doesn't have to be daily. It can be daily, it can be monthly, it can be weekly, etc. And then you also choose an investment strategy. So when you park your coins here, they don't just sit here and you don't really find out what's going on. You can choose to invest them in an aggressive strategy or more risk-averse strategy, and then that will determine what kind of payout yield you get. So the market making strategy, for example, let's see if that is high risk, low risk. What is that? Here it is. So that is considered a low risk strategy. So it would give you a lower APY, 5 to 10%. So that means if you do, say, Bitcoin and you choose market making strategy, then it would use your Bitcoins as market makers, and then you get a return on that. What else do we have here? Other strategies, liquidity providing. Let's scroll down. Here it is. So that's also low risk, but it's a little bit higher risk. So it's a 10 to 20%, slightly greater APY. So if you do XRP, liquidity providing, then it would be using your Ripple tokens as LP on other platforms. What else do we have here? DeFi. How is that platform? DeFi strategy is medium risk, so a slightly higher APY, 15 to 20%. So then it would be using your coins. It would be kind of lending them out on other DeFi platforms. Then we have bond strategy. That would be high APY, 15% plus. And then the highest risk is always going to be an algo trend strategy. So that kind of uses your coins as sort of high risk algorithmic proprietary trading. That's going to be the highest, 15 to 30% APY. And then if we scroll up here, what else do we have here? So I mentioned the payout frequency. You can choose daily, weekly, or monthly. Locks will be 3, 6, or 12 months. That's not yet implemented. And then you get your rewards, as it said, in the native token. So if you do a DeFi yield strategy in Bitcoin, you get paid in Bitcoin. If you do it in Ripple, you get paid in Ripple. Now on to the pre-sale. And the pre-sale will be done on AlphaMind. They are a launch pad. They're one of the bigger ones. They've done tons of projects, raised a lot of money. So that's just always adds a lot of security doing it on a launch pad like this, a trusted one, as opposed to on the project's website. So details of this round. So tier 2, it starts right now. Price is 0.01. The price will scale up 0.001 each time until the final phase after phase 6. The launch price will be 0.02. So again, current price 0.01. This is round 2. Will scale up proportionally until the listing price will be 0.02. The fully diluted valuation of this project via how much they're launching is $10 million. The size of this round will be, I believe, $450,000. And round 1, as already mentioned, that sold out in 40 seconds, approximately $600,000. So again, the current stage 2 price of 0.01, which is the same as the stage 1 price of 0.01, that is a good 50% discount from the tier 6 listing price, which will be 0.02. So you definitely want to get it now for the biggest discounts of all. And then it looks like across all 6 rounds, they're looking to aim to raise $2.3 to $2.5 million. That's a hard cap. And as mentioned, in round 1, they already raised $625,000 of that total hard cap. And the $625 was raised in less than 1 minute. And how much time do you have left in round 2? Round 2 is going on right now. You have 5 days left until this round sells out, unless they fill the hard cap of this round before then. Now let's get into the vesting. So 12.5% of your investment, your pre-sale investment, will be unlocked at TGE, and then TGE will happen in quarter 4. That's when the centralized exchange and decentralized exchanges will be token will be listed on those. Then after that, it will be a 3-month cliff and then 9-month linear investing. So your investment will be totally unlocked 12 months after TGE, and again, quarter 4 of this year will be TGE. And considering they're already raised a lot of money, I'd be shocked if they're not on some major tier 1 centralized exchanges, because you need to pay to get on the big sexes. Now I'm going to ape some of the pre-sale myself because I am bullish on the project, and in the process I can show you how to do it. I'm going to most likely ape more later, but for now I just want to throw in some at the lowest possible price. If you want to invest yourself, use the referral link at the top of the video description area. Once you click on that, it will take you to this page right here, the AlphaMind Launchpad page for this specific EarnPark pre-sale. You're going to connect your wallet in the top right, and then you can participate using either BNB network, Arbitrum network, or Linea network, and then you can pay with either USDT or USDC on any of the 3 networks. So I'm going to do BNB. I'm going to pay with USDC on Binance Smart Chain. I'm just going to throw in $110 of USDC for now. Then we'll click Get Park right there. I'm going to click confirm at the top right. Yep, looks good, looks good, looks good. Confirm. And here is confirmation of my successful purchase, 11,000 Park tokens for $110. And then as mentioned, 12.5% for me will be unlocked at TGE, and for anyone else who participates in this round, so 12.5% will appear on my wallet then. And then there's a 3-month cliff, and then it will be linear vesting. They will gradually appear on my wallet over the next 9 months. Then additionally, if you want to check out all the vesting for each of the rounds in detail, just go to the white paper and you click on utility or investment opportunity right here. And then if you scroll down, then they have the where is it? The roadmap. They have the token distribution. 29% goes to investors. That's the pre-sale here with the 6 rounds. 40% to community incentives. That's good. They're giving away a lot. It could be airdrops. 3% to partnerships, 22% to core contributors, and 6% to the liquidity pool. And now, obviously, the EarnPark team is not only fully doxed, but at very good backgrounds. After all, you don't sell out $600,000 of a pre-sale in under a minute with a bunch of unknowns. It just doesn't work that way. But yeah, here is the EarnPark LinkedIn page. They've got a couple dozen employees, 700 followers. That is pretty good. Eugene Nesto, he is the main head guy of this project, the main founder. He's based in Spain, has a couple mutuals as me. In the Twitter space, in the LinkedIn space, it looks like he's done some work at MIT right next to me in Boston in their executive education program. Otherwise, his background is a lot of digital marketing, and he is an angel investor in a bunch of tech projects. The CTO, Aaron Horowitz, this guy's based in Israel. This guy has a real good background. So he was a lead engineer at IBM for 5 years in their Moscow office and in their Israel office. And then he worked at Zoom Info. He was one of the top engineers right there. Zoom Info, that's a huge company, couple thousand employees. I don't know if you're familiar with them. And then Nick Nazmov, this guy is based in Dubai. He is just the hardcore kind of nitty-gritty programmer. And that is it, guys, for EarnPark. So this one checks all the boxes for me. It has a great name. It has the partnership with Fireblocks to safeguard your assets. Fireblocks is one of the most trusted entities in the game. That partnership is registered in the UK and Europe. I also mentioned the team of EarnPark, top notch. The pre-sale gaining tons of traction. It is done on a launch pad for added security. And then most of all, the EarnPark platform already is generating a lot of traction. They have $1 million in revenues so far. So this project, if you want to get the pre-sale yourself, as I did, definitely use my referral link at the top of the video description area. I'm bullish myself. You should be as well. I'll be back later with a new video. Ben Crypto signing out. Catch you later.